Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Orr, joined by Jake Gordon and Alex Lord. The Braves over the weekend picked up a huge series win in the desert against the Diamondbacks team that quietly had the best record in the National League, and now the Braves are back to being tied for the best record in the National League, despite playing really bad baseball. Coming off a series loss against the A's, this was a big series, and it ended in about the best way possible. Eddie Rosario hits a huge grand slam with 2 outs in the ninth. I don't like that can't happen. Like, I think it's only happened like 5 times in Braves history, like a come from behind grand slam. So huge hit. It was electric. Peter Moylan and Brandon Gowden in the booth. I love Peter Moylan in the booth. Like, I'm saying, like, he's such a dude.
He's a fan.
You can just tell, like, that ball comes off the back. We're all thinking, he's like, come on. And then we're all holding our breath, like, get out of there. Yeah. I think someone tweeted it out. Like, it would be kind of awesome if you had like just kind of a no filter, like someone could just be like, let's effing go. Like, just like really get like what they have. Cause
I don't know the rules in the broadcast booth, but I promise you're not supposed to be clapping. And Moylan was clapping after that went over the.
I mean, that's so lame. They always say that. Like whenever I used to work for the athletic department, it was always no cheering in the press box. It's unprofessional. No, I don't care. It's also like, if this is your hometown. Like if you're a national, if you're doing like the TBS game or you're doing, the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, you probably shouldn't be cheering. But nah, man, like if you're the hometown team, like the Charlotte Hornets announcer, that dude cracks me up. He goes nuts. He's hilarious.
It's about the only thing selling Hornets tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I know it in the press box you're not supposed to, because it's also like impartial. You have both sides, but I think in the broadcast booth, especially Peter Moylan, I mean, the guy played for the team. Like, he literally is like an Atlanta Brave, like for like that's the only team he played for. Like, he can cheer if he wants to. The big story though, despite the win, huge win, exciting win, it was one that like I feel like the Braves have been waiting to have all year. They haven't really had that big hit, that big moment, and they almost let it slip away. They got runners on the corners, runners at second and third with nobody out. Matt Olson up. You're like, oh, we're gonna take the lead. Strikeout. You walk Riley, soft liner from d'Arnaud. You're like, oh crap. But Eddie's been hot, and like that's another huge storyline of this. Eddie's starting to get hot again, and a hot Eddie Rosario might be the hottest player on the planet. Like, that guy gets streaky, and nobody is hotter. I think he had three homers in the series alone. He had 2 homers in game two, I believe, or whatever it was. But he was huge for that series. Big storyline. AJ Smith-Shawver makes his MLB debut. We talked about him a million times on the show. We finally got to see him live in a Braves uniform. He's 20 years old. He came in a situation where you needed him to pitch well. It wasn't like just like a 7-run game one way or the other. Like, the Braves have been trying to ease him into it, but he hadn't pitched in 10 days. It was his time to get on the rubber no matter what. I think that was the plan. If it was a close game, we needed him. Lights out. I mean, couldn't have gone better. He gave up 1 walk over 2.1 innings, had 3 strikeouts. You saw the stuff. The fastball is absolutely nasty. Yeah, it's not 99, 100 like Strider, but it's 96, 97 with whoop. Just straight to the right, 20 inches of break. So he was unbelievably impressive. And to come in that moment on the road against a good team and pitch like that, tip of the cap. And the Braves might have a real weapon in this kid. I mean, whether it's out of the bullpen, Soroka struggled. Like, I don't think it's ridiculous that AJ Smith-Shawver is in this rotation in a week. It wouldn't shock me if they opted after this start, Soroka.
It's funny because, we talked about him twice on the show, and both times I said, well, he's not getting called up yet. And then the other time Alex was like, we could see him in the majors. So like, he's not getting called up yet. Every time, the afternoon that we record, he gets called up after we record. But it's exciting stuff. I do like the kid. He showed some spunk. I feel like he's got a lot of confidence, and I feel like you would have a lot of confidence in the team. It says, hey, man, you got 100 pro ball innings. You've been pitching since your junior year of high school. Come on up. Let's see what you got. So I love the kid. I want to see more of him. That's really the only concern that I have, is I want him to get consistent innings.
Yeah, I think, Chase, you could sell it even more. That was a big moment. The Braves needed that win, and they needed no runs allowed. And he went out there. Talk about being thrown into the fire. That was a big moment for him, and he stepped up. It was unbelievable. And I know that Snit wasn't going to fool around when he gave up that walk and then the hit. But I'm so curious to see how he handles that kind of adversity going forward. And if you're talking about the rotation, I think that's a bit overzealous just yet, only because they said they wanted Soroka up here to stay. And I don't think they're going to be discouraged or veer off of that plan. after one bad outing. And it was a bad outing, I guess, but Soroka still had a lot of good stuff. I mean, I don't remember which home run it was. The first home run, the solo home run, or there's only one home run, but the solo home run was a great pitch. It was just an unbelievable hit. I mean, that one that went oppo, I mean, it was a great pitch. It was high and outside, and the guy just took it and ran with it. So I think they're going to give Soroka several more chances. I think they skipped Schuster's turn in the rotation, so that could be the opportunity for Smith-Shawver, but I don't think Soroka's done.
I'm not saying it happened. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened after this start that they sent him back down. But if he has one more like that,
sure.
If he has one more like that, I think. And listen, I don't want it. I want to see Soroka every 5 days. The Braves still have a cushion in the division, but I think Smith-Shawver. I mean, whether he's in the rotation or in the bullpen, you pitch like that, you're going to start getting some innings. And hey, where are the bullpen haters? Where are all the bullpen haters? 6 innings of shutout ball yesterday. And now you got another guy in Smith-Shawver. I've been saying, like, they only really need one more piece. I know people act like the sky is falling, but McHugh's going to get better. AJ Minter starting to regress back to the mean. I think he has like a 2 something ERA over the last like almost month. Like, he's starting to look a lot better. Raisel Iglesias is starting to get comfortable. This group, I told you guys, be patient. And now if you have another weapon like Smith-Shawver, it's a pretty good. And Jesse Chavez. I mean, my God.
Love that guy.
Jesse Chavez, dude. Like, it's crazy because people still doubt him. I still see tweets every time he comes in a high leverage situation. Oh, I don't really like Jesse Chavez in a high leverage situation right here. Hey, man, he gets the job done. I don't care if he's throwing 88, 97. What have we learned? Jesse Chavez and Bryce Elder, let the guys who throw 89 and have success, let them have success. Huge win, big momentum coming into a huge series against the Mets. We're going to talk about that after the break.